What is up, my friends, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to do another episode of speedrunning SE2, a pretty ancient show at this point that I feel like I've only really done like 2 episodes of in the past year. Basically, we're going to be cheesing the crap out of everyone on the ladder, trying to win as fast as possible. I'm going to be playing random, so hopefully we're going to get every single race. At least 2 of them would be fun. Let's begin. Alright, the first game of the day is against a 5.6k Zerg on ley lines, which is probably the most standard map of the bunch. I guess against Zerg, I don't really remember too much how it went playing random. It's been a while actually since I properly laddered as random. I think Zerg doesn't really scout anyway. Like the thing for Zerg is that it doesn't really matter if you play against random, because you can just play the same stuff against anything. If I would have to guess, the scariest thing is probably me getting Zerg and then 12 pulling them or something. But on a... Well, I mean, it doesn't really look like a small map, but I guess a medium-sized map, that is probably not going to be too big of a deal. So what should we do for this first game back here? I did really like doing the one-base hell battle in that I used to do. Actually, I think that would be a nice combat game here to start off with. So I believe that is Barracks first double gas. Now, in the original speedrunning SE2 series, the rules were that I had to win within 6 minutes. And then if I didn't win by then, I had to leave. Unless it was like super clear that the opponent was dead and just didn't want to leave the game, right? Then in the grand finale of Season 2, I believe it was, we changed the rules a bit so that I had to play in the same way, basically. So I really had to try my absolute hardest to win within 6 minutes, but I didn't have to leave the game. I could keep going as long as I kept attacking and doing cheesy stuff. So it's not like, okay, tried to kill him, 6 minutes is over, triple command center macro game. Not like that, you know, but just kind of... I guess it was a little unsatisfying to have me leave whenever I didn't kill the person. Especially some games I remember I had to do like a super desperate all-in that was clearly just not gonna work just for the sake of the timer. So I guess I don't know, we could actually increase the timer as well to like 10 minutes, or we could just, you know, completely open it up as long as I'm gonna try to kill them within 6 minutes and then just keep attacking. Probably fine. We don't have to make it anything super strict, of course. And from my memory, almost every single game, besides maybe like, I don't know, up to 5 or something, did end in the first 6 minutes. So probably not going to be as much of a problem as you would think. Let's see, wait, was this a fully one-base build? If that was the case, then it was gas first for sure, because I just, like, the stuff is coming online too slowly. This would be a pretty fun invention. Like, I just did the wrong build by accident. But maybe this could actually be kind of cool. You know, I'm just going to try it here. So I'll probably have to cut SCVs at some point, I have to imagine. I'll start making 1 Hellion already. This guy made 6 Zerglings, which is a little much. Yes, 8 Zerglings. Huh. I guess he really doesn't trust that command center time. I mean, it makes sense, to be honest. I don't know what he was expecting, because it... I mean, this is just not a build that Terran players do with such a late expansion. So I think he must be just maximally confused anyway. Probably denied his base for a while. Oh yeah, I figured that was going to be too late. That is my bad. That's the thing, when you play a new build, you don't have the autopilot flow of it yet. So you have to get used to all the things. Let's see, is this enough Marines? It is probably enough Marines. I'm going to cancel this SCV, make an armor. Start the Hellion number 3, sorry. And then I'm gonna switch the factory over and rally Hellions as reinforcements. I think that sounds like the smartest way to go about it. Now, the way I originally did this is that I would put a couple Marines in the or SCVs in the medevac as well. I think it used to be 4. With this build, it would be 2. I think it's probably just going to be good enough anyway. Put them in auto repair already, because why not? Get these homies in here. I did not pay attention to where the Overlord went, to be honest. So I guess we'll see. This is a bit of a funny move by him. I mean, it's unfortunate, but we can't really go back to deal with it. Like, it would just be bad by us to do that. So I'm just gonna let it slide, and then we'll see at some point if I really have to do something. But this guy... Okay, I think this guy was kind of all-inning in his own way, really, because he just has a kind of ridiculous amount of Zerglings ready already, right? Let's see, there's a couple queens. I don't think we have enough to break it, but I'm still gonna try. Let's see if I can target one of the queens down. It would be nice. He's gonna go for the medevac. This is where the SCVs also come into play, by the way. You can tell he's clearly just right-clicked onto the medevac, so we're gonna go back a little bit. Let's see, it is double healing that I have on the Hellbats. Good micro on that medevac for now. And I think with this, we're going to back off momentarily. You can tell he still right-clicked onto that medevac. He really wants to get that. SCV doing a fantastic job here as well. Let's launch a depot. Probably going to click on it again at some point. Yeah, exactly. So I have to be really careful to not get it too far forward in moments where I can't afford it. Here we go. Then we back off with the micro has been extremely good, I have to say. Way better than, yeah, many games that I play. So I really can't complain about it too much. Let me now get rid of these Zerglings because there's a bit of downtime anyway. I guess he does not have a baiting nest or a roach warren. At this point, my follow-up is going to be the double liberator into reactor liberator, which is a little ridiculous, but I mean, if it's gonna work, it's gonna work, right? To be honest, at this point, like, I know we're in the series where we're gonna be just attacking all the time. Here, I think it makes complete sense to keep attacking too, because we're not gonna catch up in a macro game to this, so I think this actually makes 100% sense. Actually, gonna go for a bit of a crazy move here, to be honest, losing a lot of Zerglings there. He should have backed off earlier there. I didn't expect him to keep going, so I lost a couple more Marines than I potentially could have. Let's see, how many Hellbats do we have? We have 2 Liberators here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to try to just sneak in one of these sides over here. Probably siege right away. There we go. And then we can take over this location. Gonna get the wall off up here. He does not want to walk in those liberator zones, that is for sure. Now he might be tempted. Yeah, he's going to be tempted indeed. The Hellbats are going to be extremely strong here, though. Look at these Hellbats. These Lings are not going to be killing these, so the Queens are also taking just full damage. He still has not made anything to deal with the Hellbats, by the way. There has still not been a Roach Warren, a Bailing Nest. He probably expected me to stop ages ago. Gonna have to do a little bit of pickup micro here. Nothing too crazy. That Queen is going to die. Now I'm gonna dive in over here, because these Queens are pretty exposed. Good transfuses, but we did get them get the energy drained, I guess. And make sure to open the wall again. I was kind of afraid it would be a counterattack at some point, but I haven't seen it. I'm going to siege this on the ramp. That is pretty much going to lock that position down. He can't walk down that ramp anymore, like ever. Gonna saturate that base. It's a really good instant example, by the way, of the 6-minute rule, because if I was forced to leave here, this would have been pretty anticlimactic. Now we've actually had an absolute banger on our hands already. Can move this one slightly back. Did I see Lynx go to the top, or was it just those reinforcements? Probably just those reinforcements, if I had to guess. Gonna try target the medevac, so we have to micro that back. My supply is this is still an all-in, and the supply is actually sky high, which is just insane. He has a Bailing Nest now. That is a scary thing. I'm going to try to get in there with the Hellbats. Let's see if I can actually kill those in time. Barely going to get those in time, which is fantastic. The repairs here are still popping off. I am attacking those Queens, so this is an inefficient fight, so I'm going to back off here for now. I'm actually going to do something unexpected and just target down the Spore Crawler real fast. It's a really low HP lib, but it's still super annoying, right? Because he doesn't want to walk into the zone. Those Bailings perfectly died to that one freaking Hellbat attack. He must be tempted to go for it because it's so freaking low HP. Looks like he's going to be walking around now. I'm going to re-siege that real quick. Let's see. He's probably going to go for it now if I had to guess. He definitely wanted to. Didn't give him the space there. Let's see if I can get this little clump of damage on the Queens. There we go. Another Queen falling. And now I guess we're going to back off. I have 2 more Liberators over here. He does not have... Oh, that Queen just finishing is a little annoying. Let me try to make that. And I'll siege this guy over here. I do not have camera hotkeys set even this game, which is going to make this a lot more difficult. I'm going to be losing a couple of Hellions here. And it seems like the attack for now... Oh, I did actually have the command center. I thought I was too bad to have built it all this time, but I did still have it. Now, what the next step is going to be is probably a secondary all-in with... Like, I want to hit fast, of course. I'm kind of tempted... No, he does have the Bailing Nest now. What am I going to attack with, guys? We can't SCV pool because there's Banelings. I think what we're going to do is just go for Mass Blue Flame Hellbats, actually. Mass Blue Flame Hellbat Liberator is going to be a very fun way to go about this. In fact, I'm even going to send these Liberators across the map because why the hell not? It suits the freaking series anyway. Okay, I have 4 Hellbats here, which is going to be just enough to take care of these Lynx, so that is nice. Not really going to kill much with these Lynx, so I don't have to worry about it too much. It's the annoying thing about Hellbats, like they're so slow that Lynx can just dance around them forever, which can be very frustrating. I'm going to send these across the map as well. Try to get Blue Flame on this bad boy. He doesn't have enough Queens to stop that. If he does, I would be very surprised, to be honest. Here we go. I'm going to send those over here. I guess in 4TC is maybe a little much. even if I'm still going to keep attacking, it just feels like a little much for this challenge. So instead, I'm just going to add more factories, even though the gas count and stuff doesn't really support it necessarily. Dude, these Liberators are actually freaking annoying. I know that I would be pissed off playing against this. Okay, get them sieged over here. Make sure I don't int all of these Liberators. This is a pretty safe place to siege this. And I think we can probably... Well, I was gonna say we can probably go again. Like, I barely have any units alive here, but I do feel like we can probably go again. Let's see, I'm just dancing around with these. I'm actually gonna siege one on the Banelings. I feel like that would be a nice... Yeah, look at this, it's gonna work. Yes, oh, there's gonna be a lot of Banelings dying. 3 Banelings, 4 Banelings. Every single Baneling's gonna die. Wait, the timing on this is crazy, guys. Every single Baneling is going to die to that. I'm back here with all the Hellbats. He does have a lot of Queens now, which is a little bit annoying. Let me siege those homies over here. Try to get all these Liberators on this side. Funnily enough, we killed so many Banelings that we can actually pull the SCVs now, or we could have pulled the SCVs, definitely not anymore. See, maybe I should just walk in here, to be honest. Yeah, like the Queens are good against Hellbats, but here they're a little clumped, so this fight is actually pretty good. Like, Queens normally, 1 Queen is more than enough for 1 Hellbat, but you want to spread them out. Like, here the Hellbats are extremely efficient. He also still has this base. His main base is still getting absolutely liberated, by the way. There was a Spore Crawler there that I couldn't even really see. He's not going to be able to mine from that. And in one of the craziest games that I possibly could have gotten with this freaking ridiculous strategy, it looks like we are going to win game 1 against the Zerg. Now, the splitties here were very, very good. My opponent's probably in absolute disbelief at what on earth he had just lost to. And there we go. Welcome back to speedrunning SE2. I would think it's fair to say that with the new rules, it's going to be a lot more entertaining. Because if I had to leave this game at 6 minutes, that would have been anticlimactic. Instead, we got one of the craziest, most action-packed games ever. This is probably the longest game ever in the history of speedrunning SE2, so maybe we should change it to... Well, it's not slow, but like medium running SE2 or something. I don't know, but I had a lot of fun. Let's keep it going. All right, game number 2 is against a Grandmaster Protoss. I guess this is Azure. Is that his name? Azura, I think is his name. Italian Protoss, I believe. Let's see. I would like to get Zerg here. Now we're going to get Terran again. Okay. For some reason, I mean, I always like my variety, but I also just really love doing proxy hatcheries.
Not enough.
You know what? I'm going to go for a proxy Turax here. I've talked about this build in like 4 different episodes at this point about the proxy Turax Marine that I really like to do. But now it's even better because I'm playing random. I'm going to give you guys a little random tip, okay?
Not enough.
Playing random against Protoss is really annoying for the Protoss for a couple reasons. The first reason is that Protoss has different building positioning in every single matchup. So against Zerg, for example, you always want to wall the low ground. Against Terran, you don't really want to wall the low ground. And against Protoss, you definitely don't want to wall the low ground unless it is a ramp map. So what you can do is you can do builds that just counter low ground walls, like going for a proxy Turax. Now there's also a chance they didn't low ground wall. In that case, then it's just a normal PvP. But if you get Zerg, then it's terrible for them. So you can be pretty sneaky about the way you approach things. I think it is most likely he went for the low ground wall, but you never really know. He scouted me early enough that he should know that it's going to be pure Marines. Marauders also doesn't have that much gas, but Marines is, I mean, it's pretty much no gas. You only make gas for the factory follow-up, right? And, I mean, his timings might not be perfect on reading it, but I think if you enter the base and there's not even a gas being built, feels a little obvious. Now, let's see. I guess we might as well go ahead and check with our workers, because he already knows what's up anyway. Let's see, is there a low ground wall? He did not. Okay. Actually, we can use this in the future, by the way. If you play against him again, and we get random with Zerg, for example, or we get Zerg at random, then we already know that we can be very annoying for him. Like, we don't even have to do anything special and it would already be annoying. It does seem like his second pylon was on the high ground. Okay, so he's going to go for the worker pool defense. Actually, pretty common, this. I think if he didn't go for a zealot, he should be in trouble for sure, by the way. The only way you can really hold these on the low ground like this is by making a zealot. Okay, so he made one zealot, but it's delayed. Surely it's a little bit delayed. Okay, he clicked on one of my marines, I can tell. Oh, the micro here is pretty beautiful, by the way. Look at that. Ooh, not a single unit lost for that full zealot. That is painful. Gonna go for the factory follow-up. He wants to kill my SCVs, I can see. I don't think it's gonna happen, unfortunately. He's gonna try clicking on it. Ooh, might get it with that stalker. Oh no, he's gonna lose the stalker for it. Yeah. I think that's pretty much going to do it, actually. Let's see. Make sure to kill these. Walk in. I could send another... Oh, no. He blocked the Stalker, I think. Oh, that was so freaking close. Imagine if we got that. Need to make sure I kill these red HP dudes over here. This one as well. Now, he did... Wait, is he going to finish that? Ha, okay. Wait, I can actually do something very sneaky here. And that is... Yeah, I actually love this idea. Hear me out. We're going to go for the double factory follow-up. It's a follow-up that I discovered recently. And I've actually made it more disgusting in a game that I played earlier off-stream. So what you can do is you can keep a barracks around, and then you just have vision for your mass cyclones, which is just insane. I'm also going to fly into his base, see exactly what tech he's going for. In these situations where he lost so many probes, I think the answer is that he has no tech, by the way. Oh, how he can still see that? And I can't hide here with my barracks? Maybe not. I think I was just bad at doing it, to be honest. I'm pretty sure you should be able to hide there. I guess, I mean, I have two of them. I don't want them both to die, of course. Here's a Twilight Council coming down now. Twilight Council is going to take about 40 seconds to finish. Blink with Chronos. About another 90 or so. I think we have a solid amount of time to do damage with the Cyclones. Keep in mind, he did finish those batteries, though. Oh, guys. Remind me of this. I thought of another strategy earlier today that I haven't executed yet, but I think it would be insanely cool. So what I was thinking is you could do the proxy 2x Marine against Protoss like this, but then you proxy two factories, because Protoss players almost every single game go Blink these days, right? Blink is going to be late. They're going to have a defensive setup at the front. Oh, this is going to be painful for him. He's going to lose a Stalker for that. And then what you can do is you can make tanks from two proxy factories, and they're not going to have... Well, that was some... You guys saw that Stalker pullback? That was some... Wasn't it crazy timing of that? Or did a probe see me or something? Is there a probe on the high ground here? I think that is probably the answer, actually. There's no way his timing was that good. I refuse to believe that. There's absolutely no way that that's the case. Where did he see me? Was he in the bush or somewhere? The probe, did we kill it? I don't think we killed that probe, right? No, probably not. We still have about, I want to say 30-40 seconds or so before Blink finishes. We're actually going to go for the scan here, just because it's annoying. There we go. Battery's not going to get drained that fast, but I do have a lot of units out here. I can just lock onto every single unit. Look at this. And with the scan, we're going to get vision forever. He's running. He's going to have to pull the probes. Okay, and now we pull the barracks. I actually brought these SCVs to repair the other one. I guess I didn't do a good enough job at that. I'm going to get some lock-ons here, kill some probes, because why not? And now my barracks is going to get closer. The reason I didn't fly it in right away is because I didn't want to... I didn't want to lose it because it was low HP. Not too early anyway, right? I might still have to make more factories. Gonna try to do some target fire. Good micro on my side as well. Here we go. Probably gonna lose at least one Stalker, I want to say. Oh, the micro there is nice, guys. Look at this. Woo! Okay, that Stalker is gonna die as well. At least it should for sure. Oh, they can barely survive, right? Probably did. Now, I can also use these SCVs to repair the Cyclones, of course. He's losing more and more probes. Need to make sure that I don't lose both of these red HP dudes at least. Probably make a turret because he could have gone for DTs. I think going for... Actually, no, we're gonna do some... Well, I don't know if you guys know what I was thinking about. I was thinking about going for an SCV pool. But the thing is, these are going to recharge, right? Like the batteries are going to recharge. I'm going to go for the scan strategy. That way, blinking away doesn't really help as much. I think I do want to go for it. He's getting so low. Yeah, frick it, guys. It's time. The series and the situation are just calling for it. Okay, let's get some lock-ons over here. Probably going to want to blink away again. Exactly. Try to repair the homies. Where's the CV? Here it is. Do I need more gas? Not... Well, I do need mag field at some point. Probably. I say probably because I'm not actually sure. Like, this game might end before it gets to that. That's pretty nice. And now I got the homies. Let's repair up my Cyclones real quick before I go in again. And then I think those batteries are actually drained enough. Now I can YOLO in my barracks. There's no longer any fear of losing it. I'm going to go for a scan as well. So he's going to have a really hard time running away. This combination is nasty, by the way, because he can't really attack into my Cyclones, but he also can't really run away with the vision. I also discovered in 2v2 that, for example, Zergling Cyclone is just disgusting because the links just tank. Oh, the micro. Oh, the lock-ons with the scanners. Oh, this is beautiful, guys. Come on. This is a very, very cool build, isn't it? The 2 racks Marine into... Nice bug. I'm not quite sure what bug he's talking about, to be honest. The bug where you forgot the micro. I'm just kidding. He actually did a pretty decent job, I think. I just think the initial defense against the Turax Marines was not clean enough. Like, he lost a lot of workers. Admittedly, he did kill the SCV that was making the bunker. I think if I didn't underestimate the damage, I could have saved that bunker. And then it really would have been like 100% over. Now the game was definitely still in question. Like, as you can see, it's 80 workers against 10, but he has 2 Nexuses with Chrono Boost, and he has 2 batteries. So he can't take damage at the front. He can Chrono Boost 2 probes. I don't have a natural yet, so it could be in question. If this bunker was finished, I put 4 Marines inside, I targeted batteries, and it's over. So that was my mistake. In the end, still a fantastic cheese. Let's go for game number 3. All right, then we're playing against a Zerg player on torches, and we got Protoss. Okay. 6 minutes PVZ. They might... Would they do something weird against a random? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've had a couple Zergs 12 pull me, because they're like... it works against 2 of the 3 races pretty well. And then, I mean, it's not really true anymore these days. I feel like 12 full kind of sucks against Protoss, to be honest. But against Zerg, it is pretty good. I definitely want to do something a little funky. I have been... Well, I have always enjoyed at least the idea of doing Glaive Adept builds. The success rate is not marvelous for me. And for most Protoss players, I think, else you would see it more. But I still really do like the idea. I wonder if I can do like a little bit of an old school mix. So I remember what I used to do, which I want to say was early Heart of the Swarm. So that was probably like 2013 or 2014 or so. I remember going for a 4-gate Zealot +1 attack. That sounds absolutely crazy if you think about it now. 4-gate Zealot +1 without charge, I'm pretty sure it was. And then I would follow it up with an 8-gate Blink Stalker all-in with sometimes DTs. So what if we go for the 4-gate Glaives, and then we go for the 8-gate Blink Stalker follow? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a hard time seeing that work, to be honest, but who the heck cares, guys? We're here to be free and creative and pop the frick off, so why not? I think I can probably execute a Glaives build decently well. I still don't know how to wall this map, by the way. It always feels awkward somehow. Let's see, where do I even put the cybernetic score? Here? Actually, it looks kind of... Yeah, it'll be a big gap, but it's better than... I think it was going to be awkward otherwise, so that's okay. I'll go for the gas, and then we'll go for the pylon. Actually, that's not supposed to happen. I should keep that probe there. You know, the most annoying thing a Zerg can do to me is those freaking Zergs. And I say those freaking Zergs like I'm not one of them, but those freaking Zergs that send like 2 links here, and then you send your adept out, and then they run in with their freaking links. Like, I know half of them probably copied it for me, but still, you guys are so freaking annoying. Alright, let's see. There's no third here. I think Zergs generally take the inside third by mining the gold on this map. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think that is going to be the case. I'm going to go for a Twilight. I think I know the way to do this build. I'm going to take 1 more hit. That should be okay. Then we go back. And then as this base finishes, we're going to cut a little bit of gas. I think I want to take a forward base. Which... I mean, it's going to be a... I'm not quite sure if that's a good idea, actually. So it's going to be a fake base. So they might all in to counter it, right? But if they all in me and I defensively do my 8-gate Stalker all in or whatever, then that would be pretty good for me. If I end up attacking into them trying to punish my build, then it's going to be bad for me. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see how this is going to go. I do feel like YOLOing him with 2 adepts. You guys ever have this? It's just... I don't know how you guys resist doing this like every single time, to be honest. Like, I see Protoss players do it sometimes, but how do you guys not just do this every single time? It's just so funny. Let's see. I should probably shade out here, right? I was kind of hoping to bait his links a little bit. Not gonna happen, sadly. Okay, so I'm gonna send the homies back here. Then I'm gonna try to take this forward third base already. This gap must look pretty tempting for him to attack. I'd be surprised if he doesn't at least try to check, you know, see if there's something he can do. That is not a wall, so let's stand over here. These 2 adepts are going to be chilling. Third base is going to be built. How many workers am I going to need for this? I want to say 44. Because that is just going to be the saturation on 2 bases, right? I don't think I want any probes for that base. For the new base, I should say. Okay, so now he knows I'm playing Glaives. Oh, I thought I had a double Chrono Boost. Actually, I do have a double Chrono Boost. Never mind. There we go. Chrono Boost that bad boy. Just keep making probes slowly. There's no rush whatsoever. And then we're going to warp in a couple more Adepts. And then we're going to have 2 more Adepts once that guy finishes. Actually, maybe I'll just go across with these because I don't want him to run in. In the end, the Blink follow-up is going to be the real strat, right? So it's just going to be 7 Adepts, which is really not that crazy. I'm going to start adding gateways. Let's see. You guys go in here, so he has this walled off. Makes sense. Let's see what I can find. Oh, it's actually a complete wall off too. Huh. I think I kind of like this, actually, guys. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna be able to kill that road. Actually, can I kill that? Maybe. I don't know what the range is on those things. Yeah, we're gonna be able to kill it, actually. Look at that. I bet he didn't see that one happening. We're gonna kill the Roach Ward here. Okay, and I'm gonna shade through. I'm actually gonna shade straight to the 3rd base. Let's see. Okay, so these are gonna cancel, and these I'm going to... Actually, that was actually a pretty clean move, wasn't it? Look at that. Wow. That actually kind of looked pretty cool. I was gonna have to run away or lose even more drones. Let's see. Actually, I can probably... Boom. There we go. Okay. Now, Blink is finished. Gas needs to be saturated. Probably some more pylons and whatever. And now we start warping Stalkers. And this is when it gets exciting because... What's that? Oh, it's an overseer. Okay. I was gonna say, we either... Oh, he didn't even make link speed. Wow. That's kind of brave, isn't it? Huh. Like, he's either gonna attack me or we're gonna attack him. And I think I would really, really prefer him to attack us instead. But we need to know what's gonna happen. He does have drones, this guy. I don't think he realized that him opening up those rocks meant I could also use the rocks. Tell me I'm wrong. That's actually what it looked like, didn't it? We're gonna kill a lot of workers here, too. Yeah, this build kind of popped off. Okay. How do we deal with this the best? I think we're gonna send those Adepts across too, because he did not have link speed, right? So he's not gonna be able to run into the base anyway. And those Adepts are gonna show us if he is gonna attack us or not. Like, if we see drones being built, then we can just go in with our mass Stalker all in. Looks like there's no drone. Oh, this play is sick though. Look at this. Oh, that's clean. We see the drones being built. Okay, he's gonna lose those. He's gonna see we have 1,000,000 Stalkers. He's not gonna be happy with it, I think. And we're just gonna blink forward and go for it. There's no proxy pylon whatsoever. Okay, this strategy was actually legit cool. Like, I'm not even sure it's gonna work yet, but it was freaking cool at least. It does look like he was... does he have an upgrade? I don't think so. It does look like he wanted to attack anyway. Pretty decent micro over there. Let's try to dodge those. I don't think I want to be blinking forward here. Can just dodge those by stepping. And there you go. 61 workers he had, so he did indeed drone up fully. He pretty much played like my Zerg, I think, because what it looked like he wanted to do was just drone up completely until he had all the saturation he wanted, which might have been 5 gases. Looks like it was 6. And then make mass units from there. Probably one of the double upgrades. But this build was actually freaking awesome. Like, this is not even in the context of speedrunning SC2. Like, this I actually really like. The Glaive Adepts didn't get a crazy amount done, I believe. Well, 18 workers for, I want to say, 10 Adepts or so is pretty good. It's really not something otherworldly. It's pretty good, I would say. But just the follow-up, like even periodically checking whether he had more drones or not so we could follow with the Blink Stalkers. Like, it would have been awesome either way. Either he drones up or he attacks me. We're fine in the 2 most common situations. The best situation for him is he doesn't drone up that far and makes units defensively. But that's a very hard call to make because he knows that I lost a lot of units. I have a greedy 3rd base. But alright, this was absolutely fantastic. 3 very cheesy games, 3 very awesome strategies, and that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys had a fantastic time. If you did, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.